Do you ever pick up something totally normal, like a lotion bottle or a candle, or maybe even a fancy chocolate bar, and almost instantly you go, oh, okay, this is expensive. And then you check the price and then you're like, oh, it actually is expensive. But here's the fun thing. Designers can make things look like they're high end, even when they're actually not. And today I am breaking down exactly how to do it. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Candace Bobchik, and I'm a graphic designer, a type enthusiast, and someone who absolutely judges things by their package. I know, it's terrible, but I can't stop. If you like learning about design in a way that's easy, fun, and sometimes a little bit too honest, then you are in the right place. Today we are diving into why some designs look expensive, while others look cheap and like you wouldn't even touch them. Today we are covering color, typography, spacing, proportions, pacing, psychological cues, and the secret sauce to luxury brands that most people don't even notice. I tried my best to make this video as long as I could because you guys did ask for longer content, while still keeping everything concise and informational and information that you could actually use. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's talk luxury. So what is expensive visually? Like, what does that actually mean? Luxury branding is basically a combination of the following: control, restraint, heritage, and consistency. It is not gold foil. It is not a price tag. It's a feeling. It's feeling that that brand is so sure of themselves. It doesn't need to scream for your attention because it knows exactly what it is. Now let's talk about her. Chanel. Black, white, gold. That's it. Minimal lines, clean font, and zero fuss. But this brand is absolutely dripping with confidence. A Chanel bottle, it feels like it's saying, yes, I'm iconic. I know. You may continue looking. Luxury brands, they don't try to convince you. They expect you to come to them. Okay, so spacing. Every designer who's watching right now is going like, yes, here we go. Because luxury equals space, breathing room, margins, negative space. Whereas cheap design, it's like, hey, look here, look there. You gotta look here too. And also buy this. Where luxury is the very opposite of that. Luxury whispers. Let's bring out Aesop, the skincare brand that looks like it could give a TED talk on minimalism. Those bottles have tiny type, massive margins, neutral colors, and so much breathing room that if you stare at it long enough, you actually relax. That's not backed scientifically, that's just my own experience. They design like they pay rent for every square inch. Same with Burberry store layouts. They use space in their stores like it's a do not touch luxury fabric. Even Apple's website, it's like 85% of a white void, 10% product, and 5% soft shadows. And why does this work? It's because space is expensive in the real world. Houses, storefronts, office spaces. So our brains see the space and it translates to luxury in our minds. Luxury brands are obsessed with proportions, like architectural level obsessed. Tall plus narrow equals elegance. Now let's think about YSL bottles, or even the YSL logo itself. It stretches upward like it's reaching for a chandelier. Whereas wide plus balanced equals powerful and grounded. Think about Bentley or Rolex. They feel stable, serious. It gives like old money energy. And symmetry equals timelessness. Cartier's logo is literally a signature. It is perfectly balanced. It feels like a handwritten love letter that costs $10,000. Okay, and here's an interesting comparison. Think of Tom Ford versus Hermes. Tom Ford is angular, chunky, sculptural. Hermes is soft, refined, delicate, and curated. Both are luxury brands, but they live in two completely different worlds. Proportion, it's the quickest way that your eye decides that yes, this is expensive, or nope. One of my favorite topics because color is drama. Color is storytelling, and it could be used to make things look very expensive. But here's the plot twist. Most luxury brands, they don't use bold colors, at least not in branding. They use quiet, muted, low saturation, natural tones that feel very intentional. Let me throw out some examples for you. Tiffany blue, soft, powdery, iconic, and instantly recognizable. We've been over Chanel, white, black, and gold, La Mer, ocean green and creams, Burberry, beige, caramel, and muted neutrals. Their signature trench coat palette. They avoid neon, they avoid rainbow gradients, they avoid that circus energy. And even when they use bright colors, it is very intentional, very controlled. It is done in an elegant way, like Gucci, who is maximalist but still knows how to color grade a fantasy. And a luxury palette, it feels like silk, natural stone, metals, very high-end materials. Whereas in cheap design, it feels like an overly enthusiastic highlighter. Even in digital design, your brain picks up on material cues. Luxury equals things like matte textures, soft finishes, grain, brushed metal, frosted glass, heavy paper stock. Whereas cheap, it equals shiny, plastic, glossy everything, thin paper, print bleed, hard reflections, clip art shadows. Some examples, again, Aesop bottles. You could think of amber and glass. Or Dior. When I think of Dior, I think of satin and ribbons. Giorgio Armani Beauty. Black matte compacts. YSL Beauty. Iconic gold cases. If your brand looks like it feels expensive, then the brain will treat it that way. Okay, and we've finally gotten to my favorite part, typography. Let's talk about expensive fonts. The typography for luxury brands is usually high contrast sans serifs, Cartier, delicate curves, long ascenders, open counters, chic sans serifs like Celine or Balenciaga. Let's do a quick vibe check. Cartier's font is elegant, slender, romantic, handwritten heritage. Tom Ford is very bold, sharp, and masculine, almost architectural. Burberry, it's clean, contemporary. It gives like British academic energy. YSL is dramatic, timeless, iconic silhouette. Typography is literally the tone of voice for luxury branding. Some fonts, they whisper, others purr, and Tom Ford yells, like in a really sexy way. Okay, now this is the part that nobody ever thinks about. Pacing. A luxury brand, it moves slowly. Slow transitions, hero shots, very simplified layouts, fewer elements per screen. You could think about Apple commercials. The product, it spins slowly. The music, it's calm. The pacing is very intentional. Whereas cheap design, it moves fast because it's trying to catch your attention. Luxury takes time because it already has your attention. Pacing is one of the most subtle luxury symbols that we see. Okay, now let's talk about the emotion and psychology. Luxury's job is to make you feel something. Calm, certain, special, chosen, exclusive, timeless, secure. Luxury design, it doesn't just say this is expensive. It says this is worth something. Hermes does this flawlessly. Every curve and color feels heirloom worthy. And Gucci likes to do this through maximalist storytelling. Whereas Tiffany does this through emotional heritage. Luxury is emotion wrapped in design. It makes you feel something. They tell their story. Okay, now let's talk about the opposite. What makes design feel cheap? Because this contrast, it helps a lot. Too many fonts, too many colors, too much shine, too little spacing, stock imagery, and a chaotic layout. It's giving pick-me energy, like, please notice me. Overly bright saturation, harsh gradients, and of course, clutter. Cheap design, it tries way too hard. Whereas luxury design, it doesn't try at all. Okay, so how do you make your design feel expensive? Here is your toolkit, and these are practical tips that you could apply immediately. Tip number 1, reduce your palette to 2 to 3 colors. Tip number 2, pick one strong typeface and really stick to it. Tip number 3, add more spacing than you think you need. And tip number 4, simplify shapes and silhouettes. Tip number 5 is to use subtle, calm textures. Tip number 6, control your pacing. Just know that you could slow down. You don't have to go so fast. Tip number 7, remove all visual noise. And tip number 8, which is the most important, design for feeling, not for the trend. Luxury isn't decorating, it's editing. And that is why some design feels expensive. It's not luck, it's not magic. It is design psychology, baby. Let me know in the comments. What is your favorite luxury brand in design? I'm curious what you guys notice now that you have your designer eye unlocked. Okay, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe for more videos just like this because I do this every single week. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye!